Okay, ma? Shall we start? So let's have a quick revision regarding what we have covered in the previous sessions. So until qualifications and disqualifications we have completed, right? So we have started a chapter called Directors and KMP in paper number 13. And in Directors and KMP, we have completed few topics. First of all, we completed this one. Anyone know about this? What section 2, subsection 34 is saying? Definition of a director. Director is a person who is appointed to the board of the company. This is the thing we have completed first. After that, role or significance or characteristics or features or qualities by whatever name they may ask. For all questions, only one answer. What is that answer, ma? Role of a director. There are totally 5 roles or 5 qualities. First one, fiduciary position, compliance officer, decision maker, representative, strategic planner. So these are all the 5 roles which director will play in a company. After that, minimum number of directors, maximum number of directors. Minimum number of directors for OPC 1. Minimum number of directors for private company, for a public company 3. So this is the minimum criteria, and maximum criteria is, there is actually no maximum criteria, but without having any special resolution you can appoint up to 15. You can appoint beyond 15 also, but for that purpose you have to pass special resolution. That is the only restriction. So there is no hard and fast rule in entire Companies Act that the company should not have more than 15 directors and all. Company can really have more than 15 directors also, but there is a criteria which needs to be fulfilled. That is the only thing. Okay, after that, classification of directors we have completed. So types of directors or classification of directors. So we have discussed a lot of directors: executive director, non-executive director, managing director, whole-time director, independent director, nominee director, woman director, resident director, small shareholder director, additional director, alternative director. Likewise, we have discussed so many types of directors. Any director left over? Casual vacancy director. Super. So casual vacancy. So this is the classification. So from this point, directors and KMP. So from this point, so this is section 234, director definition. These are the roles, 5 roles, minimum number, maximum number. And after that, types of directors: executive, non-executive, managing, WTD, independent, nominee director, alternative, additional, casual vacancy director, resident director, women, small shareholder director. So with this, we have completed the types of directors. After that, qualifications and disqualifications. So in qualifications and disqualifications, qualifications we have completed, and disqualifications also, section 164, 1, 2, 3. Individual disqualification, company level disqualification, disqualification stated by articles of association, completed. So qualifications means no specific qualifications has been enumerated by Companies Act 2013 for the role of director. Any person who is eligible to form a contract can act as a director. No specific educational qualification, no specific background details and all. But if you are competing for a role called independent director, then you have to fulfill certain set of conditions. Pecuniary relation. So you should not belong to promoters or promoters group. Relative condition, employee condition, ex-employee condition and all. Certain set of rules are there, which we have already studied in independent director. Okay. So only qualification is DIN. Is there any hard and fast rule for a position called director? Means yes, DIN. The person must possess a valid DIN. Valid DIN, director identification number. So today we are going to discuss about DIN. So all about DIN is a concept is there, no? Today we are going to complete that DIN concept. Okay. Disqualifications. Do you remember the disqualifications? Disqualifications purported under section 164. 164.1 individual disqualification. 164.2 company level disqualifications or disqualification attracted due to default made by company. 164.3 disqualification specifically mentioned in AOA. 164.1, do you remember any disqualifications in 164.1? First one, unsound mind. First one is what? Unsound mind. Second one, insolvent. Next one, insolvency, whether court declared you as an insolvent, you are disqualified, or you made any application. In that case also you are disqualified. And third one, by court order or tribunal, or if court or tribunal specifically disqualifies a certain person, saying that this person is not allowed to act as a director, or we are disqualifying this person for 5 years. Likewise, court will issue orders. For the time being, if the order is in force, that person is disqualified to act as a director. That is one of the condition, and sorry, one of the disqualification. And next one, imprisonment. So if a person went to jail even for a single day, he is disqualified. He is disqualified. That is the point we have discussed. No, 3 set of conditions are there. Less than 6 months, 6 months to 7 years, more than 7 years. Less than 6 months, no disqualification at all. So on a casual check of drunk and drive, oh, you get caught and went to 3 days or 5 days or 7 days, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months jail. Nothing will happen. No disqualification will be attracted to you. So if your period of imprisonment is beyond 6 months and up to 7 years, then disqualification will be attracted to you. 5 years you are disqualified from the expiry of the sentence, not from the beginning of sentence. So from expiry, 5 years disqualification will be in force. Sir, I went to jail for more than 7 years, sir. No. Lifetime disqualification. You are not allowed to act as a director in any circumstance. The case. Okay. And next one. Next one is what? Maximum number of directorships. Huh? Very good. Maximum number of directorships. How many number of directorships are there? Total 20. Out of that, sublimit is there. Sublimit is there for public company. And in this calculation, we have to exclude. We have to exclude Section 8 company directorships. Even though it is a public company, Section 8 company is a public company, there is a possibility to incorporate Section 8 company either in a private, either as a private company or as a public company. In whatever form you may incorporate. If you are acting as a director for that Section 8 company, no need to add the directorship in either 20 limit or 10 limit. No need to add. Okay. Next one. I think one, there is, listen. No. With respect to this one, I have also, that is different one. No, maximum number of directorships. One more point used to be there, if I am not wrong. 2010 Section 8 LLP. LLP directorships. That is the point. AOA. If company wishes to place any additional restrictions, like Companies Act is allowing 20 directorships, but by your articles of association, you can even reduce the number of directorships. 16, 15, 14, likewise allowed. Okay, so this is the condition. Apart from this, 188 related party transactions. If you committed any offense and conviction awarded to you under the offense committed under section 188 related party transactions, you are disqualified. And one more thing, director failed to repay the call money to the company. It indicates the seriousness towards the growth of the company. That is why he is also disqualified. These are all individual disqualifications. Second one is what? Company level disqualification. Company level disqualification, 2 scenarios it will come. First scenario, what? Company level disqualification, first scenario is Listen, if company fail to furnish financial statements or annual returns for a continuous period of 3 years, this is very important. Continuous word is very important. So for a period of continuous period of 3 years, company failed to furnish financial statements or annual returns, or this is one case. If company satisfies this condition, or another condition is also there. Default in payment of debentures, interest on debentures, deposits, interest on deposits, declared dividend, and more than 1 year has been passed from the default date. This is second condition. If company satisfies any one of the condition, then whoever the directors that are there in the company, all are disqualified. But one small exemption is there for newcomers. Newcomers, how much time we will consider? 6 months. Okay. So this is company level disqualification 164.2. Last but not least, 164.3. You can place additional restrictions on disqualifications via AOA, Articles of Association. Okay. So this is the point. So now in this session, we are going to complete a discussion relating to DIN, Director's Identification Number. Okay. So DIN, Director Identification Number. After that, we will complete the discussion relating to appointment of director, reappointment of director, rotation of director. After that, resignation, removal, remuneration. Resignation, removal, remuneration. With this, majority part of the directors will get completed. After that, we will discuss KMP, Key Managerial Persons. These are all comparatively new provisions. Directors are old provisions, but KMP provisions are comparatively new. There is a high chance that you may get questions relating to KMP. In June 2025 term of examination, everybody is expecting June 2025 is somewhat tricky examination. You might have heard about the difficulty level of especially paper number 13. From directors and KMP, they didn't ask even a single theory question. Sir, then why we are discussing directors and KMP chapter at first place? Listen, many people are getting deviated at this point. There are some attempts where out of 120 plus marks, this directors and KMP and board meetings and procedures chapter is there, no? These two chapters alone contributed 46 marks from your 128 marks. 45 marks, say for example. Is 40 is the benchmark for qualification, right? I'm not saying that if you get 40, you will get qualification. No, but 40 is the pass mark or not? So comparatively, there are certain attempts where you fetch more than 40 marks from these two chapters only. Just because one attempt is deteriorated or weightage is reduced, sir, I won't cover this directors and KMP chapter, sir. I'll take this chapter as choice, sir. Be ready to face the failure. So don't underestimate these chapters. And what will happen if one attempt, one question didn't ask from this chapter, what will happen? Okay, theory question didn't ask, but the same weightage has been allocated from MCQ point of view, no? If you observe June 2025 term of examination paper, straight away one MCQ, one case-based MCQ he asked from directors and KMP chapter. Out of that case-based MCQ, straight away 5 MCQs. A case has been given and depending upon that case, 5 MCQs asked from directors and KMP. 5 twos are 10 marks. That is, examiner did justice actually to this chapter. 10 marks he asked from MCQ point of view. But some foolish students are unable to grasp the significance of this chapter. Sir, we heard that in June 2025 term of examination, no question came from directors and KMP. Okay, no theory question came. MCQ came, na? 5 twos are 10 marks, ma. Straight away you can score 10 marks if you know the provisions properly. And I don't feel, or I don't reduce the priority of this directors and KMP chapter, even though for a continuous period of 3 to 4 attempts, no single MCQ or no one descriptive question came from this directors and KMP, no, even then I don't reduce the weightage of this chapter. Why? Because in cricket you might have heard this line, no? Form is temporary, class is permanent. Likewise, directors and KMP, board meetings and procedures, don't underestimate these two chapters. On an average, you can get pass marks from these two chapters only. These two chapters are that much important and relevant from your examination point of view. That is why we are discussing these two difficulty chapters at first place. So if I wish to get positive feedback from everybody, or if I wish to create a positive impression on the subject, paper number 13, wow, paper number 13 is so easy. If I wish to create this kind of impression, I can start with few chapters, which you all very well know. Accounts and audit, dividends, investments and loans, company formation and conversion, inspection, inquiry, investigation, compromise, arrangement, amalgamation, operation and mismanagement. These are all small chapters. I can start with these kind of funny chapters. Then, paper number 13 seems to be very easy. I can get 110 out of 100 marks. I will attempt 120 marks. I can create this kind of impression also, but that is not relevant and that is not needed. What is required for the student in order to do the justice for CMF, and that is what we require, ma. We are not here to create any positive feedback or no bhajana. I don't need any bhajana from anybody. So directors and KMP, board meetings and procedures, these two chapters seems to be very lengthy and very difficult. But I don't care. We have to cover these chapters only at first place. Then only justice will be served to the students. You are paying fee, and we are under 100% obligation to create justice for the fee, whatever the fee you may pay. I don't know actually. Okay, that is the motto. So that directors and KMP we are discussing at first place. So if anyone, why I am specifically discussing means 2 days back in Telegram channel, I don't know, one of you or online student, I don't know exactly. So I received one Telegram message. Sir, you said directors and KMP is one of the significant chapter in CMA final paper number 13, sir. But I'm heard from my friend, sir, one senior, sir. Directors and KMP, no question came from June 2025 attempt, sir. Yes, no theoretical question came. Straight away 5 MCQs came. 5 2s are 10 marks. MCQs marks and theory marks are different, or both are adding in your score? Both are adding. So why to differentiate? Right away 5 MCQs came from directors and KMP chapter means why to place a blind eye towards this chapter? We need to revise this chapter as multiple times, as many times as possible. That is why I'm covering this chapter at first place. So don't get carried away by unnecessary assumptions or unnecessary foolish observations purported by your so-called seniors or whatever the people are there. So trust the faculty, trust the institute first of all. After you got some knowledge and all, then you can compare. Or at least I did one thing. Immediately I forwarded the June 2025 term of examination paper. First 5 questions are from directors and KMP only. Shall I show June 2025 term of examination paper for all of you also? Chusara? Do you have access with respect to that question paper and all? So you can easily download the question paper of whatever attempt students examinations, your question papers. Syllabus 2022 June 2025 term of examination, paper number 13, corporate and economic law. This is the case based MCQ, ma. So this is the case. That is the data relating to a company. He is asking MD, promoter, director, commercial, and so one case has been given, and depending upon the case, first MCQ, second MCQ, third MCQ, woman director. Amma, will you be able to solve that third MCQ? Tell me. Is there any need of woman director? Amma, tell me the thresholds for woman director. For every listed company, it is mandatory. For unlisted public company, tell me. Two thresholds are there. Paid up share capital threshold, turnover threshold. Tell me the monetary limits. 100 crore, 300 crore. So, on the basis of the thresholds, they asked one question. Is there any need for woman director? Go and check the thresholds given in the information. Okay. You will get to know whether woman director is needed or not. Fourth one is also, what will be the status of the director nominated by SBI? Can she be treated as woman director? This is the question. We will solve at a later point. But do you know about this concept? Nominated by SEBI. Nominee director. So at the discussion of nominee director, we have successfully discussed what is the role of nominee director, how nominee director will get appointed into the company, financial institutions, lenders or government. According to the agreements and law, they will nominate one person to protect the interest of them. Did we complete these topics and all? Yes, fourth MCQ also depending upon director. Fifth one also, in case of private company as per Companies Act 2013, criteria for appointment internal auditor. So, these 5 questions are depending upon this case only. Why? Because for appointment of internal auditor also, you have to check the thresholds, and the thresholds has been given in this one. So, these 5 MCQs are related to directors and KMP and the chapter, the case-based MCQ. First 5. 5 twos are 10 marks. Then why there is a discussion is going on with the student community saying that directors and KMP no theory question came. Okay. Instead of theory question, right away 5 MCQs came. 5 twos are 10. What is the maximum marks for a theory question? 7 marks. More than 7 came, right? And that too very easy. So that is a discussion, that is a misleading information circulating among the students, especially with juniors. Okay, so I don't know whether the student is actually enrolled to our classes or not. Why? Because the classes are going on live with YouTube also. They will have access for the communication of faculty also. So I received that message 2 days back. Yesterday I wish to discuss this thing, but yesterday our class is not there due to power issue and all. That is why I'm specifically discussing the point with you. Whatever the faculty are doing, they are doing in the best interest of student community only. Kindly understand this thing. Okay, don't get carried away by immature, unnecessary, imaginary assumption. That is a disclaimer I wish to give. I did. Very good. After that, what is our discussion? DIN. Let's have a discussion relating to DIN and we'll close this session. DIN. DIN. Yes, all about DIN. All about DIN. Very simple, DIN discussion. Listen. Directors identification number. What is DIN, Directors identification number. Directors identification number. Sir, what is the role of DIN? DIN is a mandatory thing for any person who is proposing to be or who is going to act as a director for a company. Sir, for OPC, private, pub, immaterial and irrelevant. For any company, sir, any monetary thresholds, paid up capital, turnover, loans and borrowing, nothing. If your candidature is being considered by the company for the role of director, then you must have a valid DIN. You must have a valid DIN. Sir, how can I obtain valid DIN, sir? Very simple. There are two ways to obtain DIN. There are how many ways? There are two ways to obtain a valid DIN from MCA. Of course, MCA is the governing authority, and MCA will issue the DIN numbers and all. 8 digits it will contain. 8 digits. Okay. Your Aadhaar number contains how many digits? How many numbers? 12. Likewise, here also it is a numerical, alphanumerical one. 8 digits it will contain. Okay. So there are two ways to obtain DIN. First one, Spice Plus. Spice Plus means specific pro forma for incorporating companies in an electronic way. Spice means what? Specific pro forma for incorporation of companies in which way? Electronic way. SPIC should be capital letters, this E should be small letter. Why? Because this E small letter is indicating electronic way. So e-commerce means, which is correct one? First one or second one? Second one. Why? Because we will denote that one with small letter only. Okay. Spice Plus means all are capital letters except E. E is the small letter. Tell me what is the full form of Spice? Specific pro forma for incorporating companies electronically. The name itself is containing, we are going to use Spice process at the incorporation stage. At which stage, Incorporation stage. That means whenever you wish to incorporate new company, you will undergo Spice process. So when you are incorporating company, you can apply for DIN numbers along with incorporation. So along with incorporation, you can apply for DIN number, but there is a maximum limit. Maximum for 3 members only you can apply for DIN number. Say for example, 10 members are forming a company. Nobody is having any DIN numbers and all. Nobody having any DIN numbers. And 10 members are planning to act as directors for company also. Just after the incorporation of company, all the subscribers, they are planning to act as directors for the company. So there is no way. You have to incorporate company under this process only, Spice Plus. So in this process, the maximum accommodation is available for how many applicants? 3 applicants. How many members are starting the company? 10 members. How many members are planning to act as directors after the incorporation? Total 10 members. But here accommodation is there only for 3 members. So you can apply for DIN numbers along with Spice application up to 3 members. Sir, what about remaining 7 members? You have to follow the original route. The original route is filing DIR3 with the MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Filing which form? DIR3. DIR3. So if you apply in DIR3 form, that means you have to file DIR3 form with MCA. And the fees is 500 rupee currently. How much? 500 rupees. So if you file the DIR3 form with MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, then MCA will allot you with unique DIN number. Sir, is it that much easier? No. Difficulties are not there, but you have to follow the process. That is the only difficulty. What is the pro forma we need to follow? You have to attach ID proof. You have to attach address proof. You have to sign the form digitally. DSC, digital signature is required. And professional declaration is also required. Sir, what is meant by professional declaration? So one practicing chartered accountant or one practicing cost accountant or one practicing company secretary, A or CMA or CS, who is into practice, shall declare in your DIR3 form that they have actually verified your ID proof, they have actually verified your address proof, and all the documentation seems to be okay and genuine. Professional have to give declaration with respect to the same. Then what will happen? If professional declaration is also authenticated, then MCA will trust more. Yes, okay, one practicing chartered accountant or cost accountant or company secretary, they verified the address proof and ID proof of the so-called applicant. So we can trust him. So we can allot in. That is required. So first, what is required, ma? ID proof, address proof, digital signature by the applicant, digital signature by the professional. So professional, what is the purpose of declaring, or what is the purpose of getting digitally signed by a professional? Professional has to come and verify all the documentation. If the documentation seems to be genuine, then only he will sign. If any discrepancy happened at the later point of time saying that your address proof is fake, your ID proof is fake, along with you, the practicing CA or CMA, CS is also will be held responsible. Are we clear? So if you file properly this application and all, then you can make application to obtain DIN number. And actually one more point is also there, but it is exclusively applicable for public companies, not for private companies. So 1 lakh deposit, I'll tell you at a later point of time. And along with this, one practical difficulty point is there. What is that one practical difficulty means? You can obtain PAN card, Aadhaar card, or whatever card you may need, even though it is not actually going to use immediate purposes and all. Say for example, if I am depositing 50,000 or more in bank account and all, I should have a PAN number. So whenever I am involving into these activities, purchasing jewelry worth more than 10 lakhs and all, entering into real estate transactions, entering into money deposit kind of transaction, then I should have a valid PAN number, permanent account number. So these are the transactions which demand mandatory basis of PAN number and all. Okay, but even though you are actually not doing these transactions, you can obtain PAN number. Say for example, how many of you are having PAN numbers? Ma, raise your hands. How many of you? Very good. Tell me, how many times you purchased jewelry worth more than 10 lakhs? How many times you entered into real estate transactions? How many times you actually deposited money into other bank accounts worth more than 50,000? Tell me one thing, how many times you have submitted your PAN number to the banker? Maybe few students might have submitted in few circumstances, but majority of the students didn't submit it, didn't actually use their PAN number. Then why they are holding? They applied and government authorities gave, simple, for future use. So even though the PAN is not going to be used by you for immediate purposes and all, what if there is a need arises at a future point of time? So on futuristic basis, you have applied for PAN number and government authorities also allotted you one unique PAN number for you, right? This is the process, right? But DIN is not like that. Say for example, X is there. X is a very idle guy. So X is not having any job actually. Now he's having Aadhaar card, PAN card, voter card, like checklist. Every documentary proof, every ID proof he's have except DIN. So in order to obtain one DIN number from MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, so he filed an application to obtain DIN. Now what is the job of X? No job, that is his job. Okay, X is not doing anything productive in a given period of time. So listen, X is applied for DIN on a casual basis or on a serious basis? Casually, paduntadale atla ani cheppi. So on a casual basis, X applied to MCA to obtain DIN number. MCA won't allot DIN for such kind of people. MCA will allot DIN for you only if someone is considering your candidature for the role of director. Say for example, if take me as an example, I don't have DIN number. No company is considering my candidature. No company is considering my candidature for the role called director. Now, even though if I apply for DIN number to MCA, it is waste of 500 rupee. Nothing other than that. Why? Because MCA won't allot DIN number for you if you apply on a casual basis. Only serious applicants will get allotment. Sir, how come MCA will know that this applicant is a serious applicant, this applicant is a casual applicant? How come MCA will differentiate the applicants, sir? Very simple. Along with the documentation, you have to attach one document. You are attaching already ID proof. You are attaching already address proof. You are attaching digital signature of you and digital signature of the so-called professional practicing CA, CMA, CS. Apart from that, one more attachment also you have to done. What is that attachment? Is declaration by the board of directors of the company saying that they are considering your candidature for the upcoming role. For the upcoming appointment process, they are considering your candidature. There is no guarantee or warranty that you are getting directorship or you are getting the job of director, but they are considering. Say for example, that is the thing, no one knows who is going to be director of the company. Say for example, who is the authority to appoint directors of a company? Who will appoint directors? Shareholders. So it is in the hands of shareholders who will get appointment, who don't get appointment. Okay, so it is upon the discretionary powers of the shareholders, not in your hand, not in any other director's hand. That is why for casual applicants, Ministry of Corporate Affairs won't allot any DIN number. If you need DIN number, you have to attach this document, and the document is called a document must contain board of directors are considering your candidature for the upcoming election. Sir, how many people will participate? Shall I say in reality, many people will compete for the role of director in a private company. Many people. Almost every member will try to act as a director. Every member, almost. In case of public company, this rush is somewhat less. Why? Because there is a rule in Companies Act. What is the rule? Anyone who is participating for the role of director, they should give 1 lakh security deposit. How much security deposit? 1 lakh security deposit. And if they don't get the minimum share of voting, the deposit will be forfeited by the company. You have to secure minimum number of votes. Say for example, 1000 members are there, ma'am. 20% you have to get. 200 votes you have to get in order to get back your refund. That means whatever security deposit you have deposited with the company. 1 lakh is the minimum. Company may decide even more also. 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, like that. So why? Because in order to eliminate unnecessary competition, if the process is prima, every person will compete for the role of directorship, no? So that is why, in order to avoid this unnecessary noise, monetary deposit has been implemented in case of public company. In case of private company, no such rules are there. Private companies are relaxed from these rules. No need to follow these deposit rules, security deposit rules and all. Everything is free. That is why more competition will be existed in case of private company. Less competition will be there in public company. Maximum number of members in a public company, how much, ma? Sorry, private company, not public company, private company. Maximum number of members in a private company, how much, ma? Hardly 200. There is a maximum cap. So that is why, even though everybody participated, how many applications you will receive? Maximum 200. It is not a immeasurable applications, right? After all, 200. So it is highly possible to conduct that campaign and all. So that is why this is a different thing. What we are discussing, DIN. So whenever you are applying for DIN number, you have to attach one crucial document. That crucial document will decide you whether you are a casual applicant or you are a serious applicant. What is the document which you need to attach for the DIN application? There should be a proof that yes, board of directors are considering your candidature for the upcoming election of directorship in their company. How to attach one? Then only DIN will be allocated to you by MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Otherwise, you don't get DIN number. This is DIR3 process. Okay. First process is what, ma? How to obtain DIN? First process is SPICE plus. Tell me, what is the full form of SPICE? Specific pro forma for incorporation of companies electronically. In that way, you can apply for DIN number, but how many DIN numbers it can accommodate? SPICE application can accommodate maximum 3 DIN numbers. If the number of applicants are less than 3, you can follow this route. 3 or less than 3, you can follow this route. More than 3, up to 3, you can follow this route. Remaining, you have to follow the original route. The original route is DIN. DIR3 form. Filing which form? Ma? DIR3. Current fee is 500 rupees. Ma. If you properly attach your ID proof, address proof, digital signature, professional declaration. For the professional declaration also, the chartered accountant will charge at least 1500 to 2000. So 500 is the fee you are paying to MCA, 2000 rupee. Unnecessary documentation, xeroxes and all. At least it will take another 500 rupee. Okay. Do you have digital signature? How many of you are having digital signature, ma? Only one guy, one person. Not guy, sorry. Only one person is having digital signature. Okay. So, you actually use digital signature in any of the case, ma? For submission of what? In some website. You don't know the website? Many websites you are accessing. Okay, so, okay, whatever. MCA related website? Very good. That is the clarity which we require. Okay. So, boys, don't have any digital signature certificate and all? Nothing, ma. If you have 2000 in your pocket, then you can easily get digital signature. Not a big deal. Okay. Approximately less than 5000 budget it will take for DIN, ma. Why? Because you have to pay for MCA, you have to pay for professional declaration, you have to pay for digital signature. Combinedly, less than 5000 you can get. Okay. If anyone is considering your appointment or candidature and all, sir, no one is considering my candidature, sir. Still, I wish to obtain DIN number, sir. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible, but you have to be familiar with some company's board of directors, and you have to motivate that board of directors to give this kind of letter. Arey Babu, please give one letter saying that you are considering my candidature for the upcoming election. Likewise, you have to attach one fake letter to MCA. Likewise, you can obtain DIN number. So this is how you will obtain DIN number. Sir, DIR3 form is there, no? Then what about DIR1 and DIR2, sir? Actually, the original application to obtain DIN number was DIR1, not DIR3. But after introduction of New Companies Act and all, DIR1 is discontinued. DIR1 is discontinued, and currently only DIR3 is in force. Currently, which is in force? Only DIR3 is in force. DIR1 is not using as of now. It is discontinued by Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Sir, what about DIR2? DIR2, it is a very simple thing, ma. Whenever a company is considering your candidature as for the position called director, it has to obtain your consent. Whether you are ready and willing to act as a director, if our shareholders appointed you as a director, are you ready and willing to act as a director or not? Yes, sir, I am ready and willing to act as a director in your company, provided if your shareholders appointed me as a director in the upcoming general meeting. You have to give the consent. That consent will be provided in which form? DIR2 form. This is the same case at the time of OPC incorporation also, no? OPC incorporation. Do you know how to incorporate OPC one person company? At the time of incorporation of OPC, nominee declaration you have to give, right? That nominee should be ready and willing to act as a nominee for your Budabokal OPC. You have to obtain the consent of the nominee. Straight away you can't declare some other person as a nominee. You have to obtain the consent. Here also same concept. If company is appointing you as a director, or at least the company is considering your profile for the position called director, prima facie it has to obtain your consent. ఇంట్లో మీకు పెళ్లి చేస్తున్నారా, ముందు అడుగుతారా లేదని, అరే ఇష్టమా లేదని అడుగుతారా లేదా బాగోదు కదా, ఇన్సిడెంట్స్ బాగాలేదు కదా, అసలే రోజులు బాగాలేదు. ఓకే, సో ఎవరికీ బాగాలేదులేండి రోజులు, అమ్మాయిలని కాదు అబ్బాయిలని రాదు, ఎవరికీ బాగాలేదు. ఎవడ యాక్టింగ్ ఆడు చేస్తున్నాడు, ఎవడ యాంగిల్ ఆడిది, ఏం చేస్తాం. రైట్, కొన్ని చోట్ల అబ్బాయిలు బాగుంటే అమ్మాయిలు బాగాలేదు, కొన్ని చోట్ల అమ్మాయిలు బాగుంటే అబ్బాయిలు బాగాలేదు. సార్ ఇద్దరు బాగుంటే ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, ఇద్దరు కూర్చొని గరిడి పార్టీ చాగంటి ప్రవచనాలు వింటున్నారు, వాళ్ళ రీల్స్ ఇటు వీళ్ళ రీల్స్ అటు షేర్ చేసుకుంటారు. మంచిదే, ఇది కదా మనకు కావాలి. బెటర్, దిస్ ఈజ్ ద హార్మోనియల్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ వి నీడ్. ఓకే రైట్. Yesterdayనా, day before yesterdayనా incident happened in Moosapeta or nearby in Hyderabad only. 5 months pregnant wife killed by her own husband, and he chopped into pieces and not dumped exactly the what we call, not thrown, the one medico legal term is there. Okay, whatever. Few parts he dumped into Moosi river and few parts he is unable to dispose, and neighbors got suspicious about the behavior of the person and complaint given to police, and immediately he got arrested by police department. And few days back, Kukatpalli, 10th class guy murdered 12 years or 10 years girl. 10 years girl or 12 years girl. He stabbed her 21 times with the knife. 21 times. మా 10th class వాడంటే ఎంత పుడనాయాలు. 21 times పొడిచేంత కోపం అడుగుందంటే చెప్తా. ఓకే, be alert, be aware. Okay, so don't get fall into unnecessary praise and all. Okay, at this time especially, unnecessary deviations, attractions, infatuations, or whatever the so-called poyakalam activities will be executed by at this stage specifically. Why? Because there is no supervision among you, right? Market is like that. No one is there to supervise you. Your parents are not there. Even though your friends are there, they don't supervise you. Maximum case they will advise you. అసలు వాడే ఈ పనులన్నీ చేస్తే ఇంకా చేసేదేం లేదు, నువ్వు చేసేదేం లేదు. ఓకే, సో be alert ma. Why? Because you are staying apart from your parents. You are accountable for your parents. That is the point. Always keep this point in your mind. You are accountable for your parents. Lot of your relatives are going to question your parents, depend upon your behavior only. So not you, actually your parents are accountable. Make sure that your parents will always hold their head high before anybody else, relatives or whatever the people may be. Why? Because bandhuvulu rabandhuvule, they will always try to point out and escalate whatever the negative points in your family and all. Especially, say for example, if you don't have children, then they will discuss about children only. If you don't have wealth, they will discuss about wealth only. If you don't have health, they will discuss about health only. So human nature is like that. Okay, so always keep this point in mind. Why? Because you are staying out far away from your family. Any local people are there? One, raise your hand properly, ma. Hardly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Minority. Remaining majority are staying away from your families and all. Okay, keep this point in mind. Next one, with respect to DIN, what we have completed, ma? Process. We have completed the whole process of how to obtain the DIN. How many ways, ma? 3 ways are there to obtain the DIN. How many ways are there? 3 ways. మూడోది ఏదో ఒకటి మీరు చెప్పండి పర్లేదు. How many ways? 2 ways or 3 ways? 2 ways. First one is spice minus form. Spice minus or spice plus? Spice multiplication. Spice plus. Spice means specific pro forma for incorporation of companies electronically. Through spice plus form you can obtain DIN number, but in spice plus form you can maximum make application to get DIN numbers and all. For maximum how many people? For 3 applicants only spice plus form can accommodate. Beyond 3 they have to follow the original route. What is the original route? DIR 3. If it is DIR 3, what about DIR 1 and 2? DIR 1 is discontinued, ma. DIR 2 is a consent letter. Consent to be given by the director. Yes, I am ready and willing to act as a director in your company. The consent. Forget about DIR 1 and 2, but for your knowledge purpose, I am saying this. The DIR 3 is the original application to obtain DIN number. Who has the authority to issue DIN number? Who is having the authority? Who is the governing authority? Obviously, MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, is going to give DIN number. DIN is a 8-digit unique number. Okay. How to get DIN number? You have to file DIR 3 application. Along with DIR 3 application, you have to attach ID proof. You have to attach address proof. You have to attach your signature in a digital way, and professional declaration is also required. Professional declaration means declaration by CA, CMA, CS, saying that yes, they have verified your ID proofs and address proof and everything seems to be fine and genuine. That is the consent they have to give. And apart from all of the above, one more crucial point is there, which will differentiate the applicants from whether he is a casual applicant or is a serious applicant. What is the point to be attached? The document which needs to be attached for the DIR 3 application form is the declaration form from the company saying that the company is considering your profile for the position called director. If you attach all these documents and send the documents or file the documents in DIR 3 to MCA, after considering your profile, documents, and after going through the documents and all, obviously MCA will allot DIN number. Hardly 7 days it will take, not more than that. Budget is around 5,000. But whatever the amount you are paying to MCA is just 500 only. Currently 500, but MCA is in a process to revise the fees. Within few days only, MCA will consider the revision of prices. Probably 1,000 it will become 1,000 or 1,500 like that. Okay, so this is about DIN. Okay, any points which we need to cover? This is the point which we need to cover, post allotment complaints. So once DIN is allotted to you, it is your responsibility to update the KYC if there is any change. Say for example, your name changed. So depending, nowadays it become fashion for everyone to add extra letter to their name. Don't you know this thing? Karthik. Likewise. So if you change your name, there is no hard and fast rule that a person can't change the name and all. N number of times you can change, provisions are there, but you have to follow the process. You have to give a public announcement with respect to the change of name and all. So there is a procedure. What's your name, Pujita? So if you wish to convert your name to Puji, you can do so, but you have to follow the process, or whatever the name. Do you know the process? At least, even though you don't know the process, do you know the provisions are there in India that you can change your name? You can change your name, legal name also. Okay, but there is a process to change the name after undergoing the process and all. you can change the name. So likewise, if any updates happened with your KYC, mobile number changed, email you wish to change, name you wish to change, address you wish to change, that is post allotment compliance ma. DIR 3C, company must intimate DIN of new director to ROC. This is company obligation. DIR 6 is your obligation. Your means who are you? Director. It is your obligation to inform to MCA saying that, yes sir, my name changed, my particulars changed, my mobile number changed, my email ID changed, my address changed. Whatever the changes are there, it is your responsibility to file DIR 6 for changes in director's particular name, address, etc. Within how many days? 30 days. Within 30 days. Okay. Where it is? Directors and KMP. One sheet used to be there, no? Handwritten one. Yes. So, this is about DINMA. So, I have included everything related to in here. Yes. How many ways are there? First one, form number INC 32. If you wish to remember, you can remember. There is no hard and fast rule to remember this form's name and all. Okay. Max, used at the time of course, Spice Plus form will be used at the time of incorporation only. No. Next. What is the regular route? Regular process. Okay. Documentation, passport, photo, ID, proof, address proof, email, phone number, specimen signature. And this is one important thing. Board resolution proposing him to appoint as a director. One company's board should at least consider your candidature for the directorship. Then only you will be classified as a serious applicant. Then only DIN will be allotted to you by the MCA. Okay. DIR 3 must be digitally signed by applicant, means person who is making application to obtain the DIN. Second one, CA, CMA, CS in practice. Why they need to digitally sign your application? Why? Because MCA can't undergo and check every application whether it is genuine or not. That is why role, responsibility has been shifted to CA, CMA, CS who are in practice. Okay. Next, upload the form and documentation in MCA portal along with the fee. Fee is currently 500 rupee. Till today, fees is 500 only. Okay. MCA will process the application and will allot a unique 8-digit DIN number, and it is valid for lifetime. Obviously, lifetime. PAN card will change every year. Aadhaar number will change every year. Likewise, DIN also same. Once allotted, it will be valid for lifetime. We have to know the cases where there are cases applicants may surrender the DIN number. Applicants may surrender the DIN number. I'll tell you. Okay. Next one. If you have DIN, annual updation of KYC in DAR 3 is mandatory. That means if any changes happen, name change, address change, whatever, you have to update. Next, surrendering DIN is not allowed generally because of obligatory issues, but allowed in below cases. What are those cases? Fail to appoint as director. Likewise, many people will come to cinema industry saying that I will become hero. One guy told me that I am a very handsome person. If I go to Hyderabad, everybody will invite me for the role of hero in cinema chance. Likewise, if any rural guys are there, they used to believe those words, and innocent way they will come to Hyderabad and will struggle for cinema roles and character roles and all. Here also, what happened? Company said that, bah, you are a very skillful and talented person. We are considering your profile for the role of directors in our company in upcoming elections. Make sure that you have DIN number. We are going to appoint you as a director and all. By listening to these words, one innocent applicant applied for DIN number, and yes, MCA processed the application and allotted DIN number. But what happened, ma? shareholders didn't appointed that innocent party as a director, then you can surrender your DIN number. You can surrender your DIN number. Next one. If you have multiple DINs by mistake, or by misrepresentation or whatever the case, by mistake or whatever case, to DINs allotted to your profile, then you can surrender one DIN number. Next, person deceased or unsound mind or insolvent. The person deceased, died, person became unsound mind or person became insolvent, then also you can submit your DIN number to the MCA. Next one, no longer acting as a director in any active company. You are not acting as a director in any active company. Then why you need DIN number? At the first place, I have already told you, for serious applications, for serious applicants only, DIN will be allotted. PAN will be allotted for anyone who is making a valid application. Income tax department will automatically allotted PAN number. But DIN is not such casual thing. Only for serious members and active members, DIN should be there. So you are not acting as a director for any company, and in future also you think that no need to act as a director for any company, you are not interested to act as a director, then you can simply surrender your DIN number to the MCA. So in these cases allowed. But remember, unnecessary surrenders, or you are just surrendering the DIN number to MCA by not showing any solid reason to MCA, not allowed. Why? Because listen, you obtained DIN number, you are acting as director for 6 companies. All these 6 companies taken loans from lot of banks, public financial institutions, and committed lot of financial frauds. You are simply surrendering the DIN number to MCA, saying that Sampradaya Vini. Is it possible? So listen carefully. Just after surrendering your DIN number and all, what will happen? You may become untraceable. So how to trace? MCA will be having solid evidence, right? So that is why unnecessary surrenders. Unnecessary surrenders means surrendering DIN number without showing a solid reason. How to show these reasons? Any of the reasons MCA may allow. Sir, I am just surrendering my DIN number, sir. Without showing any solid reason and all, you are just surrendering DIN number to the MCA. It is not allowed. It is not allowed. Kindly remember this point. Okay. So this is the concept relating to DIN, directors identification number. So this is the whole topic. So that's it. In qualifications, DIN is mandatory, and with respect to DIN, completed. Okay. Tomorrow we are going to, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Tomorrow is holiday? Yes or no? Yes or no? No official information. Very good. So they will inform. 100% holiday will be there. So day after tomorrow class, we'll discuss concept relating to appointment, reappointment, rotation, and all. Complete in next class. We'll discuss in next class. Okay. So DIN is clear. How many ways? Spice and DIR 3. Spice and DIR 3. Spice plus and DIR 3 ma. Okay. Sorry amma. Telidu. Forest man mother. Unable to understand. అడవి మనిషిని తల్లి తెలుసుకోలేకపోయి. So spice plus one form is there, and the second one is DIR 3 is there. Which is the regular route? Spice plus. Spice plus is the regular route. Every time you need DIN number, you are going to form one company. Yeah? No, that is not the regular route. DIR 3 is the regular route. Spice plus is the accommodative route. Whenever you are forming a company, you can make application to obtain DIN number. That's why maximum limitation has been capped. How many applications? Only 3. Okay. So this is the topic with respect to DIN number. We'll continue the discussion in next session. Thank you.